Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Bookcast with Jenny and Alex. Today, we're continuing our journey through the power of your subconscious mind. Jenny, you're taking us into a big chapter today, right?
Yes, absolutely. Today, we're exploring one of the most important chapters in the entire book: how to use the power of your subconscious mind. This is the chapter where the theory becomes practical. Joseph Murphy shows us how intention, imagination, and belief can literally shape reality.
This is the chapter everyone waits for. The, okay, but how do I actually do it chapter.
Exactly. And Murphy gives multiple methods. Not complicated rituals, not hours of meditation. Very simple subconscious techniques anyone can apply daily.
Great. Let's dive right in. What's the first method?
The first method is called the mental movie technique. Murphy says that whatever image you consistently hold in your mind, especially with emotion, becomes the blueprint that your subconscious uses to create your external world.
So basically, your subconscious is a projector, and your life becomes whatever movie you keep playing?
That's exactly how Murphy describes it. And he emphasizes that the subconscious doesn't argue. It doesn't analyze whether the movie is realistic. It simply accepts it and begins working to match it.
That makes me think about athletes before a big game. They visualize scoring, winning, performing perfectly.
Yes, and Murphy actually references this kind of success in the book. He says visualization is not imagining for fun. It's rehearsing reality into existence.
So, would the process be something like close your eyes, replay the ideal outcome again and again?
Yes, but with a key detail: emotion. Murphy insists that when you feel the success, the subconscious responds much faster. Emotion is the glue that sticks the image into the deeper mind.
That makes sense. When you visualize with excitement or gratitude, your body believes it's real.
Exactly. And Murphy says the subconscious responds to feeling more than words. So if your feelings contradict your affirmations, the subconscious listens to the feelings, not the words.
That's a big one. So if someone says, I am wealthy, but deep down they feel fear or lack, the subconscious accepts the feeling of lack?
Yes, that's why he teaches a gentler approach called assumptive affirmation, where instead of forcing a belief, you assume the feeling of being on the way.
On the way?
Yes, for example, every day my financial situation is improving. This is easier for the subconscious to accept, and it doesn't trigger internal resistance.
I love that. It feels achievable. Okay, what's next?
The next technique Murphy shares is the sleeping technique. He says the last 5 minutes before sleep are the golden minutes for reprogramming your subconscious.
Because the conscious mind is shutting down?
Exactly. In that moment, the conscious mind releases control and the subconscious becomes wide open. So he recommends repeating a simple intention like, I am healing, or I am successful, or my mind is peaceful. And you repeat it gently as you drift off.
So the subconscious takes that intention into the night and works on it?
Yes, Murphy calls sleep the workshop of the subconscious. During sleep, problems get solved, ideas come forward, healing accelerates.
I've definitely experienced that. Going to sleep with a problem and waking up with clarity.
Most people have, even without realizing they're using subconscious programming. And Murphy's point is, imagine what happens when you use it intentionally.
That's powerful. What's another method?
Another major one is the thank you technique. Murphy says gratitude is one of the fastest ways to align the conscious and subconscious minds.
So something like, thank you for my healing, even before it happens?
Yes, he says the moment you express gratitude in advance, the subconscious accepts the result as already real. Gratitude equals belief, and belief is the language the subconscious speaks.
I can feel how that changes your emotional state instantly.
Exactly. And Murphy gives an example of a man who healed his eyesight using this technique. He repeated, "Thank you for perfect eyesight" daily. Not forcing, just trusting.
And his eyesight actually improved?
Yes, that's the testimonial Murphy shares. And whether people believe it or not, the pattern is real. Gratitude softens resistance, increases receptivity, and changes the internal state.
Okay, let's talk about one of my favorites, the magic of the master thought.
Ah, yes. This is where Murphy says every person should choose one dominant idea, one master thought, and let that idea be the anchor for their subconscious.
Like a main life direction?
Exactly. He says the subconscious loves clarity. So instead of having 10 dreams pulling you in different directions, choose one core intention. For example, I am a creator of good in this world, or I am guided in everything I do.
So all smaller goals grow out of that core belief.
Yes, it becomes your inner compass. And because the subconscious filters your perceptions, you start noticing opportunities that match your master thought.
This is reminding me of the reticular activating system, how your brain starts noticing things related to your focus.
It's very aligned with neuroscience, even though Murphy wrote the book decades before those discoveries.
Jenny, can we talk about one of the tougher parts? Some people say, I've tried affirmations, but nothing changed.
Murphy addresses that directly. He says the problem isn't the affirmation, it's the person arguing with it internally. If someone says, I am confident, but inside they feel anxious, the subconscious hears the anxiety.
So, what's the solution?
Use neutral or progressive statements. For example, instead of I am confident, say, I am becoming more confident every day. Instead of I am wealthy, say, money is beginning to flow toward me in new ways.
Feels easier, less resistance.
Exactly. And the subconscious loves consistency. Small, believable steps repeated daily beat forced affirmations repeated with doubt.
What about imagination? Murphy talks about that too, right?
Yes, imagination is the gateway. He says the subconscious doesn't know the difference between real and imagined. So if you imagine vividly, repeatedly, with feeling, the subconscious begins to treat it as true.
Some people imagine all the worst-case scenarios, and those come alive too.
Yes, Murphy calls that inverse prayer. He warns that worry is just imagination used in the wrong direction. So the goal is to consciously redirect imagination toward what you want, not what you fear.
That's huge. Most people don't realize they're constantly programming their life unconsciously.
Exactly. This chapter teaches conscious programming, daily repetition, sleep programming, gratitude programming, imagination programming.
I love this. What's next?
Murphy ends the chapter with one powerful principle. The image held in the mind, backed by faith, will be realized.
Simple but profound.
Very. He says the subconscious doesn't respond to force. It responds to gentle belief, to trust, to emotional acceptance.
So the formula is clear image, emotional belief, repetition, subconscious acceptance, reality.
Yes, that's the entire process, and it's the foundation for the rest of the book.
Jenny, before we close, can you give listeners a simple practice they can do tonight?
Of course, here's an easy one. Before bed, sit for 1 minute. Choose one desire. Imagine the end result lightly, like watching a short clip. Feel gratitude as if it's already happening. Whisper once, "Thank you." Then sleep.
Beautiful. Simple, clear, and powerful.
And Murphy promises, truly promises, if you do this consistently, your life will begin moving in the direction of that image.
I believe it. And that's it for today's episode. Thank you all for joining us, and thank you, Jenny, for another beautiful walkthrough.
Thank you, Alex, and thank you to everyone listening. We'll see you in episode 6.